Welcome to my battle report for Nova Open Game 3. So this is my Ogre Kingdoms against Warriors of Chaos. So I'm going to talk about his army list and deployment. This was perhaps the most typical Warriors of Chaos army I played at this tournament. This was the sort of full throttle Warriors of Chaos army. So he had, so on the right flank he had a Chimera, a unit of Vanguarding Dogs, a unit of Skull Crushers. Then moving right he had his Demon Prince. This was the classic Nurgle Demon Prince build. He had the Charm Shield, Dragonbane Gem, Sword of Striking, Nurgle, Law of Death, with the 1+ armor save and the Soul Feeder that allows him to regain wounds, and the Breath weapon. After that, so moving from right to left, he had the Nurgle Gorby's Chariot. He had his BSB on a Demonic Mount with 3+ ward save, reroll ones, and all that fun stuff. And a unit of Nurgle Warriors with a Flaming Banner, another Chimera. Then on the right side, he had another Chariot and a unit of Marauder Horsemen. And somewhere there's another unit of Vanguarding Dogs. On my side of the table, I had a unit of Mournfang placed on the hill with the Iron Blaster behind it. I had my Death Star in the center with the other cannon over on the right flank, so they're not too close together. I really wanted to be able to hit his Demon Prince turn 1 with my Man-Eaters and both cannons. That's what I really needed to do if I got the first turn. And I think I out-deployed him, so I was getting that +1. But so I placed my Man-Eaters and I kind of blocked the unit behind them, which is a little unfortunate to try and deal with those chaff. But as a scout, I didn't have the chance to go back and change that, and I didn't want to put them out on the right flank just in case he got the first turn and his Demon Prince went whooshing over to the right hand side, or over to the left of the picture, I guess. So that was deployment. He won the dice roll to go first, which was rather unfortunate. I really needed that extra round of shooting. But he placed his Demon Prince up there on the left, moved one of his Chimera around, kept it within General's range. The other Chimera was way out on the right-hand side, and I was very happy about that to begin with. I had the Ogre Hex spell that allows you to inflict a panic check. If I can just get one panic check on that thing, I can probably get it running and it won't come back. He moved both of his dog units up, try and block me from being able to move forward, and that worked rather well. It stopped my Mournfang from being able to make that wheel to charge either his monster or his Demon Prince. It also blocked my Death Star from really going anywhere. So this is the right flank. It shows this is where his other Chimera was, and he managed to get it just within 8 of my cat. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but that was a nice maneuver. It prevented my cat from being able to march. So in my turn, I charged the cat into his dogs. The cat should win that fight. Normally the cat can win that on the charge, but he's got his Demon Prince within 12, so that might be somewhat prolonged combat. Over on the other side, I tried to march with that cat. I failed. I wasn't able to bring it forward and put it in front of those Skull Crushers, which was very unfortunate. And now I'm in this unpleasant position of having the Skull Crushers in front and a Chimera on my flank, and I don't know where he's going to try and put those. My Death Star can take that if he tries to do it, but then my Man-Eaters are not going to. And even if I tried to flee, a secondary charge from one of those two units is probably going to send them scuttling all over the place. So in my shooting phase, first of all, I used my Man-Eaters to shoot his Charm Shield off. So far, the plan worked just fine. I then shot both cannons at him. One of them he passed his ward save, one of them he didn't, and I did not roll enough wounds to kill the Demon Prince. I think I did 2 or 3 wounds. So the Demon Prince was still alive. And that's what I now was not going to get any more easy shots. The Demon Prince was well within easy charge range. We'd see what he was going to do. I still had a Hellheart and various other tricks that I can try and deal with that Demon Prince, but it's going to be a lot more problematic from this point onwards. Over on this side, I assume he killed the cat. or the cat went somewhere else. I'm not sure what happened to the cat. Anyway, he declared a charge with his skull crushers against my man-eaters. I used their shooting to take that charm shield off. They're now in a bad position. But if I flee with them, he can then charge with the Chimera. He's going to run them down wherever they go. So I decided to stand a shoot and just hold. Over on the other side, I'd blocked his other Chimera. Well, you can't really block a flying creature. I was quite surprised. I was expecting his Demon Prince and Chimera to both go into the Mournfang, in which case my Mournfang are in big trouble. But he didn't. He decided to go into that small unit of bulls. His Demon Prince, on the other hand, charged my Iron Blaster. And this I was okay with. I had managed to get the Ogre +1 toughness spell bubbled. So all units within range of my Death Star had +1 toughness. This was going to help out my Man-Eaters, which were being charged by the Skull Crushers. It would have helped my Mournfang if he did decide to go for either of those units into the Mournfang. And might be the reason why he decided not to. So he decided to put his Demon Prince into my chariot. Here are the Skull Crushers. They're charging the Man-Eaters. I stood and shot, got a wound off them. Nothing very spectacular. And over on this side, he's charged my Bulls. And here is his Demon Prince. I didn't quite have a picture that showed him charging my Iron Blaster, so I very badly added in an Iron Blaster to try and show you exactly what was going on here. So he charged in. He'd taken a few wounds from the cannons. And I was kind of okay with this. This was not too bad. Ah, there's that cat. It must have fled from the Chimera. I was okay with his Demon Prince charging the Iron Blaster. Since it would it'd make it difficult for him to maneuver if the Iron Blaster would just stick around for a little while. So obviously he's got the charge, but then in order to wound me, I'm at this point tough 7. I remember him asking, what's the toughness on this thing? And I said 7, and his eyebrows went up. The odds of that, of him killing the Iron Blaster, are very low. He's only strength 6. I'm tough 7. He's wounding me on 5s. He's only got 5 attacks. If he just does 1 or 2 wounds, I can probably hold with the General and the BSB within 12. As it happened, he did 3 wounds, which was a little unfortunate for me, which brought me down to leadership 6. And then another 1, so he was on leadership 5. But he failed the first, failed the second, fled off the board. So the Demon Prince regained a few wounds. He's now down to just 1 wound taken from Soul Feeder. So the chariot died, and I then had to take a panic chest for the Mournfang. Now, the Mournfang were sitting up here. He's killed that unit of 3 bulls. You can just about see his Chimera up here on the top of the picture there. So he's got his flank onto my Mournfang. My Mournfang are ready to charge in. I'm going to get all of them in base contact. They're going to do an obscene number of impact hits. I can probably kill that Chimera just on the charge. But I have to pass my panic check. I have leadership 9 with a reroll. I'm within General and BSB range. I fail it. I reroll. I fail it again. The Mournfang failed their panic test. So the Mournfang then turn around and start running. They run right through that Chimera that they were going to charge. So what you can see here, a lot of things were happening. At this point, the Demon Prince broke through my lines. Is now behind me. What am I going to do? So what I did was I pushed my Death Star as far forward as I could. The Mournfang failed to rally, even with the Charm Shield, the Gleaming Pennant, or I couldn't use it, I've already failed the leadership check. Yeah, with the Musician, they failed to rally, so they ran a bit more towards the board edge, but they don't go off the board. They have a chance to rally again. My Death Star, I just shoved it as far away from his Demon Prince as possible. I want to put him right in front of his main unit. What I'm hoping here is that he's going to throw his main unit and his chariot and maybe his BSB into my unit, at which point I can destroy them. I think he had another Gore Beast on the other side. It's not a brilliant situation, but I can do the whole 2 flaming wards at the front of the unit, take his infantry out of the fight pretty much. And I'm pretty sure I can break those guys if they charge me. If not on the first round, then on the next round, at which point I can turn around and try and deal with the Chimeras and the Demon Prince and so on and so forth. Over here, the Skull Crushers destroyed my man-eaters completely. I wasn't able to get more than one wound through, and that was with shooting. I mean, they whiffed completely. Then they were able to overrun into the flank of my unit. I tried not to flee because that would keep his unit in base contact with them. It would give my Iron Blaster a chance to try and get out of their charge arc and shoot that Demon Prince. So that's what I did. I moved my Iron Blaster up. I tried to shoot the Demon Prince, and I think I misfired. In any case, I failed to kill the Demon Prince. Okay, so Demon Prince is still alive. Over here, the Skull Crushers obviously completely broke my small unit. It didn't do an enormous amount of wounds, but enough to break me. But my Iron Blaster was within 6. It failed its panic check. Off it went, off the edge of the board. Here's another view of the left side. You can see the Mournfang are just about to get their chance to rally as soon as my turn comes around again. You can see my Death Star up there. You can see that now the Gore Beast that was threatening my right flank. So really at this point I would like him to throw everything into my unit. That just gives me a chance to get some points back. No, he didn't fall for it. He did the smart thing. He fed me a chariot. The only danger here is that his unit is now outside of General and BSB. If I kill that chariot, I might be able to break, or rather panic his unit and send him off towards the board edge. He's brought his Chimeras round to face me. So I've got 2 Chimeras. I've got the Demon Prince. He's got his BSB on a steed, and that Gore Beast all facing into my main unit. So what I did was I declared a charge from my main unit on that chariot in front of me. I figured, what have I got to lose at this point? I'm going to try and smash through. I can either try and overrun, or I can then at least kill that chariot and then reform any which way I want to do. Skull Crushers have killed my remaining bulls. Here's my man-eater, my Mournfang. They have a chance to rally right at the board edge with their musician, and they fail and run off the board. So no cavalry to come and rescue my main unit. There he goes. He charges everything in. At this point, I've got the opportunity to try and put my 2 fireward guys at the back, at least block some of those attacks. It didn't work very well. He still got a lot of attacks in against the back of the unit because I wasn't able to block it with one more character. So he's charged everything in. And in my turn, I had actually cast that panic check spell on the Chimera that wasn't in range of his General and BSB, and I got it off, and he failed his panic. He passed his panic check. He failed to fail it. So that would have been one less Chimera, one better chance of dealing with this mess. And so after combat, it looks like this. He's killed basically the entire unit with a combination of things. I've managed to do a bunch of wounds to his Chimeras, but not enough to kill either of them. And then a very blurry last picture as the light goes out on my Ogres. His Demon Prince was able to kill my General. I was hoping to get one good swing, maybe get some points back from that guy. And then, my Stubborn Crown guy is the only guy holding everybody in place. He gets killed by the other guns. I guess I killed one of the Chimeras, but that didn't, it was too little and too late. So that was the end of the game because I had nothing left on the board. So surprisingly enough, Warriors of Chaos won. And I got nothing. I got 0 point, 0. I got absolutely destroyed. And Warriors of Chaos got full points. I think he got 24 points, possibly 22. He got pretty much everything for all of the bonus points. So let's have a think about this. What went wrong? I think that my deployment, putting my Death Star in the middle, may not have been the best choice. I'm not sure. Definitely not going first was a blow, and I think if I did go first, it would have been better. Although what went wrong with this battle? I didn't go first. Other than that, I took a gamble with my man-eaters to try and take out the Demon Prince turn 1 with the 2 cannons. I think it was a respectable gamble to make. I did get gummed up with his chimeras moving around so fast. I was impressed how he used them. I thought it was very risky, but it definitely paid off for him, especially since I had that spell that could have panicked that other chimera very, very easily. Other than that, there were a few areas where luck really wasn't with me. The Mournfang panicking off the board was really not enormously helpful. It really made life very, very difficult for me to deal with his army. Hellheart did nothing. If it even hit him, it did a strength 6 hit or something inconsequential. So it definitely felt like there was, it was difficult for me to catch a break. But I have to say he played very well and was able to get my units in such a way that they weren't able to really bring numbers to bear against anything of his. So I think he played very well, and it showed with the final result. So that's it. Next game would be Warriors of Chaos. So thanks for watching.